Alright, so today's pepper review is going to be on the sweet cayenne pepper. Alright, so let's take a closer look at the sweet cayenne. Now, I don't remember if this was sweet or if they're just saying it's a sweet cayenne, meaning it's not as hot. So I don't remember if there's any heat on these. It might be very low. But this is called the sweet cayenne, and they get very long, as you can see. And before they actually get long, before they turn red or orange, as you can see here, they get very yellow in color. So they look really strange when you're growing them, and they get like this yellow color. And so let's go over the plant. So there's the plant. You can see there's purpling at the nodes. There's really no purpling in the stem anywhere else. I'll try to get you in here without these leaves getting in my way. And the stems are smooth, just very slightly raspy, and they seem to be a little bit convexed or convoluted, meaning that there's a lot of ridges in it, so it's very rigidy. And the leaves they're kind of like a normal leaf, but they're like narrow, if you ask me. This plant can get quite big, but it's not a broad leaf, and it's not really a regular leaf like you would get on your green bell peppers, for example. Those leaves have a very unique shape to them. This is narrow in the sense where it's skinnier, it's longer and skinnier. So I would kind of consider that a narrow leaf, even though that kind of looks like a broad leaf. It's just that's a very large leaf. Here's a better example of what it looks like. All right. So let's pick one of these, and they look nice. This is a nice one here. Look at that. Isn't that a gorgeous looking pepper for a cayenne? I mean, that is just gorgeous. It's got like a nice sunset orange over here. It's nice and red at the top. It's nice and red at the tip. I'm almost betting there's going to be a little bit of heat on this. It's just probably not as hot as, like, you know, it's just probably not as hot in general. But I would still imagine that this is going to be still sweet compared to, you know, most cayennes are, you know, 50,000 in a Scoville scale, somewhere in that range. But I would imagine this is probably going to be not much hotter than a pepperoncini or something to that effect. It's just not going to be that hot. I'm hoping anyway, because I've been getting beat up really hard by the hot peppers because I'm just doing so many reviews right now. I can barely keep up with them because they're all coming in fast, and it looks like the frost is coming in, so that means I really got to get moving on these, and I also got to bring in some of these plants. But that's what it looks like. The sweet cayenne, nice and long. All right, so let's turn you around and let's give it a taste test. All right, so I think I got an easy one today because this is supposed to be sweet, but I had an experience one time in the past where I ate what was known as the sweet scorpion pepper, and I thought it was a sweet pepper because they call it a sweet scorpion. So I didn't think there was any heat on it, or very low heat anyway. And when I ate it, it turned out to be probably the hottest pepper I've ever eaten in my life, and I almost choked to death from it. So I gotta eat these peppers with caution because they like to put like a joke name in there. It's sweet, and it's probably the hottest thing you could ever possibly imagine. So you don't know with that. It's like a little inside joke or something they have when they name these peppers this way. So we don't know. It could be sweet. It could be hot. I have had these last year. I don't remember what I got out of it. But I just want to show you that's the typical cap you're going to see on a cayenne pepper. If you see the way that looks, it's kind of wrapped around the top of it. That's a typical cayenne cap. And that's quite a big pepper for a cayenne. Let me tell you something. That is huge. That is a very long, and it's very thick at the top. So this is a very, very nice pepper to grow. And let's give it a bite and see if it's hot. Okay, so it's absolutely sweet. There is no heat on this thing at all. Now, the flavor of it, it was very sweet. Just like a sweet red bell pepper. Just apple sweet. It was just absolutely pleasurable. Now, there is like a like an undertone that's peppery kind of tasting, and it's not bad. It's not bad at all. But it's not like you're eating, like some red bell peppers that I eat are literally sweet like an apple and taste like an apple. I mean, you could eat it just no different. If I was to cut that up and make like a slurry or something out of it, and you were to drink that and drink an apple, you wouldn't know the difference. That's how similar in taste it is. This thing has the sweetness, a little bit of that apple overtone, undertone to it. It's very sweet, and then you can taste a little bit of the pepper in the background. That tells me this is probably really good for drying. You're probably going to get a really nice sweet pepper type of effect from this. So if you're looking to add a pepper flavor, that dry a pepper and then add a pepper flavor to your food without the heat, this might be a good option for you, because this literally has no heat in it at all. Very pleasant to eat. I mean, it's when you eat as many hot peppers as I do, sometimes you're not in the mood for that heat. You want to just, you need a break from it for a little while for many reasons I'm not willing to discuss on camera. You kind of need a break from it, and when you eat one of these, you get that cayenne kind of flavor to it. It's got a nice peppery taste to it. It's a pleasure. It just gives your body a break from that killer heat. And you got to understand, I process a lot of peppers all day long. And it's not that I don't like hot peppers. It's just you do get to a point where you hit a limit. You know, it's like you need a break, but you can't take a break because you have to work within the tolerance of your season. So I eat a lot of hot peppers. I dry them out, but I'm also eating them, doing a lot of these taste tests. It really builds up in your system. So it does get to you after a while. Even the best of us, you can only eat so many of these things before you're just like, I can't eat any more of these, you know. But this is very pleasurable. Nice and sweet. Have no problem. I could eat these by the dozens. It does have a lot of seeds in it. I'm going to take another bite, and then I guess I'll end the review because there's really no heat to describe. And describing the sweet peppers is pretty simple and cut straightforward. So let me take one more bite. Okay, it's good. Everything's good about it. The only thing is the skin seem to get stuck in your mouth a little bit. I've been getting that a lot from eating these peppers at this time of year, I guess. Maybe the skins are thickening up. So, yeah, I'm having a little issue with the skin. And normally that doesn't bother me. But, like, when I'm doing a video, I can't be doing a video with skin sticking all over my mouth. Because as I'm trying to speak and talk, stuff is flying out of my mouth. So I got to take a minute out to actually spit all those little pieces out. So I'm not spitting them at the camera. But normally I could eat one of these peppers. And slowly all those pieces I'll end up swallowing a little bit. And I don't end up spitting them out. But if I'm, like, with company and that happens, you got to spit these little pieces out. They just really, it's annoying when you're trying to talk. If you're not talking, it's not a problem. It's when you're talking, pieces are flying out of your mouth. Those little skins that stick to your top of your mouth, the air catches that and right in somebody's face, you know. So it's a great pepper. I highly recommend this pepper, whether you're a hothead or not a hothead, and you're looking for something a little different to cook with. You kind of need some sweet peppers in your cuisine. This is nice to add. It's nice and sharp as far as, you know, the look of it and the way you could present that and stuff. It's now, I haven't dried this, so I don't know what it's like. I will be drying some of this year and seeing what the sweet peppers taste like when they're dried. It might be a really good experience for those days you don't want heat. So I might go with that. But I definitely recommend this for anybody, either hotheads or regular people like myself. It's definitely a pepper to give it a go. It's a nice showpiece, and if you grow the plant in the right conditions, it'll produce a lot of these peppers. For me, I grow them very crowded, so I'm only getting at best a half dozen peppers off the plant, and that's really all I need because I'm growing 150 varieties. I don't need hundreds and hundreds of peppers. Even processing 6 peppers off of 150 varieties is a lot of work, and each one of them got to be processed separately. So for me, I don't need tons and tons of them unless I'm doing the market that year, and I'm going to sell them at the market, then I want to be productive. But just for doing taste tests and seeing how the plant grows and trying to identify the plant, this is more than enough for me. But yeah, that's it. That's your review for the sweet cayenne. I definitely recommend it. Give it a go. I'll leave links in the description below for Amazon. And if you like this video, like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you on the next one. Take care.